Kia ora, it's Tani here. I've called myself Santa's helpers. So anyway, I'm coming to you and I'm bringing you every fortnight. I'm bringing you some advice in business. So I help sports teams out, but these are just quick little tidbits that you might need to know. So anyway, and it's for business people that that have just come into business. So usually the rule of thumb is always put money away for your tax. So in some banks, they will actually, if you ask them, they will literally go in to when you deposit money into your bank account, and they'll take a percentage out, and it will go into a holding fund just for your tax. And the reason why you want to do that is because you get the interest on that tax. Otherwise, you don't get the interest, and you don't touch it until it's time to pay your tax, and you take that out and you pay it on the day. Very important to do that. If you don't do that, learn from the experience. I had a $20,000 tax bill and no way to pay it. I had to pay it back, and I always was paying it back. So always pay your tax bill. So I know TSB does that. I'm pretty sure BZ does that. Westpac's just getting the software for that. So basically what that is when you go in and you get a job, say you get $100 for that job, you deposit it in, and it automatically, I don't know, so if it takes your GST out, which is 15%, it takes takes that $100 and it takes 15% out of it automatically, and it goes into another account, which you have, but you can't touch that money. So it only releases itself on every GST month, so you can't actually touch it. And so that's when you can do it every 6 months, because you know it's sitting there and you get an interest from it. So anyway, that's a tip. But anyway, here's a little bit of advice for you, other than tax. So pay your tax. Another thing is, if you've got premises that you're renting, go and divide it up like a maths book, grid it up, and then divide it up from your power, your internet, all your overheads, your power, your internet, your staffing, your tools. You have tools, so you have to pay for how much those tools cost you. And so you get a figure in your head that you need to do, and you go and you put it on each space. And each space of that maths grid has to pay for that amount of money. And if it doesn't, then you have to move things around so that space is moving. So if I had a workshop, for instance, and I had one space that wasn't really moving that much, and I had like maybe battery parts on there, well then I might like hook up with maybe Marshall batteries, for instance. And I'm going to say them because they have a battery, well I'm not going to say, that they cover that up. And I might ring them up and say, hey, are you running a special this week? And then I'll run a special. So you're really going to be versed with marketing. So anyway, this is Tony from Santa's Helpers, helping you out. Helping you out helps me out. So anyway, brought to you by the banks, and there's my creative artwork, and at the back of me there is Ngāti Kanunu. So calendar, and I'd like another calendar, please, guys. So I do YouTubes for cooking, and that's for produce for farmers and stuff like this. But these are for guys that are just trying to get going. So first and foremost, get that set up with your bank. Ask them to take your tax out and pay it every 6 months, your GST and your all your taxes, and sit it in a bank account. And every 6 months it will be released. You sit there and you go and transfer it over, unless you get your money for it. Anyway, so kia ora, kei te pia koe, ko te tani e takawingawa, bring it to you loud and clear. I'm a little bit full-faced, but I've been on a little venture. So anyway, congratulations, Formula One. Thank you for all the helpers that help with the shopping carts, with the engineering guys. Thanks, team. See you at the table. Kia ora.